Okay, let's talk about one of the biggest, most frustrating parts of learning German. Just asking a simple question. I mean, it should be easy, right? But getting that word order just so, it can feel like you're trying to crack a secret code. If you've ever felt that way, you are not alone. And guess what? We're about to make it all click with just two super simple rules. You know that feeling, right? You're standing in a cute little cafe in Berlin. You really want to ask if they have Wi-Fi, but your brain just freezes. So you end up just pointing and saying, WLAN, and it feels so awkward. It's that little moment of panic that can really stop you from speaking. But what if I told you that fixing this is way, way easier than you think? Because that's what this is all about, right? Moving past the grammar anxiety and into having real, confident conversations. Seriously, your German is about to get a major upgrade. So let's get into it. All right, rule number 1. This is our secret for all those questions where the answer is just a simple yes or no, what the Germans call a Ja-Nein-Frage. The rule itself is incredibly easy. I call it the V1 flip. That is literally all there is to it. You know how in a normal German sentence, the main verb hangs out in that second spot? Well, to turn that sentence into a yes-no question, you just grab that verb and flip it right to the very beginning, from position 2 to position 1. Simple as that. And you can see it right here, a statement like, Du kommst aus Deutschland. See the verb kommst in second place? To make it a question, we just do the flip. Kommst du aus Deutschland? Same thing with Sie haben ein Auto. It just becomes haben Sie ein Auto. Verb first, boom, you've just asked a perfect German question. Okay, so you've nailed asking the question, but answering? Well, that can get a little weird, especially if the question is negative. This is where German has this amazing little secret weapon that will instantly make you sound more like a native speaker. And that word is Doch. So just imagine your friend asks you in German, Hast du kein Geld? Which means, don't you have any money? Now, let's say you do have money. How do you respond? If you say ja, it's super confusing. It sounds like, yes, I have no money. And nein is even weirder. No, I don't have no money. See the problem? Doch was basically invented to solve this exact mess. Just think of doch as your contradictory yes. You whip it out whenever you want to disagree with the negative things someone just asked. It's your way of saying, on the contrary, or actually you're wrong. The opposite is true. Let's look at how clean this is. Someone asks, Hast du kein Geld? Instead of a confusing ja, you just say, Doch. It means, yes, I do have money. Or if someone asks, Kommst du nicht mit? Are you not coming? And you are, you just say, Doch. It completely cuts through the confusion. Trust me, if you master this tiny word, you are going to sound fantastic. All right, we've got the yes-no questions handled, but what about when you need more than that? You know, for all the questions that start with who, what, where, when, why. For those, we have our second powerhouse rule, the WVS formula. And just like the V1 flip, this rule is beautifully simple because it is always the same. It is an unbreakable structure. First, you have your question word, which in German almost always starts with a W. Then, in second place, comes your verb. And third, the subject. W word, verb, subject. WVS, every single time. So, what are these famous W words? Come on, let's get you set up with a toolkit of the absolute essentials you're going to need to ask pretty much anything you can think of. And here they are. This is your key to unlocking so much of the German language. You've got your basics, like there for who, was for what. But hey, lean in for a second, because I want you to pay close attention to the where family. This is huge. Wo is for a fixed location, like wo wohnst du? Where do you live? Woher is for where you're coming from, your origin. Woher kommst du? And wohin is for where you're going to, your destination. Wohin gehst du? Getting those three straight is a total game changer. So let's put it all together. This is basically everything you need to know right here. For a simple yes-no question, the verb jumps to the front. That's the V1 rule. For an information question, the W word takes the lead and the verb stays in second place. That's your WVS rule. That's it. You master these two patterns and you are ready to go. So there you have it. You are now officially equipped to ask just about anything you want in German. You've got the V1 flip for your yes-no questions, you've got the WCAS formula for all your information needs, and you have the ultimate secret weapon, Doch, for handling those tricky negative questions. So really, the only thing left to ask is, what's the first question you're going to ask in German?